Nima G, shall we start the program?
Namaste, sir. Yes, we'll start, sir.
Yeah, namaste, madam. So, good evening, my dear friends. I extend a very hearty welcome to every one of you for today's session on fundamentals, basics of anatomy and physiology. And before I hand over the session to our today's faculty, Dr. Neelima Patil ji, let us do just a couple of minutes of meditation, and then I'll hand over the session to our beloved faculty, Dr. Neelima G. Okay. So, friends, I request every one of you to sit straight. Let your vertebrae be straight, legs crossed. If you are sitting on a chair, hands locked. Relax the whole body. Close your eyes. You have to simply just watch your thoughts. Keep on watch your thought, because flow of thought is mind. When we watch the mind, when we witness the mind, when we observe the mind, mind becomes silent. When mind is silent, it cannot take you haywire. When mind presence, your awareness level, your consciousness level will increase, shoot up. Our focusing capacity, concentration will improve. Mind becomes more meditative. Our parasympathetic nervous system gets activated so that all our digestive secretions, hormones, enzymes, everything will be at optimum level. You can sleep well, you can digest well. Your perception level will improve. In other words, you can handle any number of assignments without getting disturbed. By practicing it every day for a couple of minutes, your frequency of thought will come down. You gain a grip over your mind instead of mind having a grip over you. Just observe the mind, mind becomes silent. Slowly, if you practice every day, you will come to know that there is a witness consciousness in you who is witnessing the mind. That is called Chaitanya, Kvi, energy with consciousness. In acupressure, we will learn that energy and consciousness is there throughout our body, that will govern every cell of our body. Wherever that energy is disturbed, disease or disorder occurs. Energy in our body flows in a defined path called meridians, pathway of energy. All the meridians put together, they'll create an electromagnetic field which governs every cell of our body. So friends, by doing meditation, there are many benefits. Every day we'll point out one benefit. And today, before I hand over the session, let us do 3 times Omkar chanting. Take a deep breath. While exhaling, chant Omkar. Take a deep breath. Om. observe the vibrations of Omkara spreading to every cell of your body. Between the two Omkaras, observe the vibrations of Omkara spreading to every nook and corner of our body. Take a deep breath. While exhaling, chant Omkara. Om. Observe the vibrations of Omkara spreading to every cell of our body. Again, take a deep breath. While exhaling, chant Omkara. Om. Om. Now, gently rub your palms, make a cup out of it, close it on your eyes, slowly open your eyes. Friends, we have planned a special program keeping in mind the interests of freshers and first and second semester students to empower you with very strong fundamentals of anatomy and physiology, because see, in acupressure, it is very essential to know fundamentals of anatomy and physiology, because we have to correlate our acupoints with both anatomy as well as physiology. It is very important. Of course, we are going to teach you in the days to come about the fundamentals of Ayurvedic acupressure as well as Chinese TCM, we call traditional Chinese meridian. Both will teach you in separate classes. Friends, I'm very glad to introduce Dr. Neelima Patil ji, who is young and very upcoming and very, very popular faculty of our Samsthan. The greatest advantage with her is she has got a very commanding knowledge on not only anatomy and physiology, but also on Ayurvedic concept of acupressure as well as traditional Chinese medicine, TCM concept of acupressure. She single-handedly, conduct classes for all acupressure students, clarifying all your doubts, because she is a versatile teacher, very popular amongst our Samsthan student. She is a faculty of our Samsthan, as well as a very good supporter of Ishan. Ishan is Institute for Self-Healing through Acupressure, and with the support of our SB Pass Indore, Mr. Dr. A.K. Jain and Sangeeta Barmanji, Dr. Chanchal Agarwal ji, Dr. Neelima Patil ji, many people are supporting us, many faculties, by contributing their years of experience, many years of experience and expertise to empower all our students. We are blessed to have them amidst us. Today, our session is by Dr. Neelima Ji, and I don't want to take much of your time. You will know the depth of her knowledge after the class, during the class. So, welcome. Namaste, madam. You can take charge.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for the kind words. Good evening, friends. Nice to see you all here, but I cannot see you. Only two people have their videos on. Rest of you all, please open your videos. We are going to learn BHB. So basics of human body. Till now, whenever you buy anything, you definitely get a manual, right? So you all know how to use whatever the things we buy, whether we buy a washing machine or a iPhone or a mobile, any kind of mobile. But it is the only human being which doesn't come with a manual, right? So we are going to learn a little bit about our body. So actually, if you see this human body, it is the highest scientific model which is made by the God, right? So we'll try to know. Actually, we don't anytime pay attention to this. Only when some problem comes to us, or if there is any disease occurring, then only we look at it, right? So, but I'm glad you all are here to know more about human body. You want to learn about the TCM and acupressure, and time to time we'll try to correlate with both of them, right? So first we'll come to the homeostasis chapter. Actually, we are referring to this book, Manav Sharir Vigyan, which is from the Aspes Sansthan. So we are referring to this book, and we'll go chapter wise. So actually, first we are going to learn now this homeostasis chapter. So if you see homeostasis, what do you understand by homeostasis? Anyone? What is homeo? What is stasis? You can break up and tell me. Any idea? No? Actually, if we see homeo is similar. And when the word stasis come, stasis is always a blockage or some, रुकावट जिसे हिंदी में कहते हैं. But when it comes in the suffix form, it becomes stable. Okay, so homeostasis is similar stable. So it is, your body always, it wants to be in a stable state. So this homeostasis, why it is so important? This is the first chapter, but it is very, very important. And whenever, like, we go even to the last chapter or any topic, this homeostasis word, it is very, very important. Because, your body wants to maintain this homeostasis. And just remember that whenever this homeostasis is not achieved, the body goes into the disease state. Okay, from ease to it goes into disease state. So that is why we are going to learn about this homeostasis. Now, there is an example given in your book about a unicellular organism, that is amoeba. Okay, now this amoeba, it is a unicellular organism, and it does all the function like what a human being does, like respiration, digestion, excretion, reproduction. They are also sensitive, and basically it stays in the salt water. If you put it in the fresh water, it will not survive. Okay, so actually, like our body, it is made up of many cells. Like how amoeba is a single cell animal, the body, it is made up of many cells. Like you take, for example, anything, any digestive system, if you take, there are so many organs. So each organ, it is made up of many cells. So the body is made up of trillions of cells. So now this amoeba, which cannot stay in the fresh water. Why? Because the homeostasis of it is not maintained. The external environment and the internal environment, it is not maintained. And similarly, our body also responds like that. Actually, like when you'll learn about Ayurvedic acupressure, in that we often say yatha brahmande tatha pinde. So whatever is in the external environment, similarly there is the same thing is in the body. So now if you take the example of the earth has 70% water, right? So similarly, our body also, it has got 60% water, and 40% there are soluble substances in it. So the solid substances, we can call it, right? So there are a lot many similarities, like how tsunami comes in the environment. Same thing, the tsunami comes in our body also. When there is immediate shooting up of the blood pressure, that is the tsunami which the body is not able to handle it, and then lots of damage is being done. So this concept is something really very, very important. So for that, we have to understand cell. So, but I'll take the cell chapter after this homeostasis. But in short, now we'll just learn like how the body is made. So if you see this body, it has got trillions of cells. Suppose if we say that this is a body, right? Sorry, my circle is not proper. It's okay, please understand. So if you see, there are many cells in this body, okay? And now if you see here, there is fluid in this cell, right? Some fluid is there in the cell. In each cell, there is fluid. When it is there inside the cell, outside also there is cell. So when it is inside the cell, it is known as the intracellular fluid. And when it is outside, it is known as the extracellular. Extracellular fluid. ECF and ICF. And what is inside the cell? It is known as the intracellular. So now if we understand, the balance of this has to be maintained always. So the intracellular fluid and the extracellular fluid, always the balance has to be there. And if this balance is there, it means there is homeostasis achieved. Now why this balance is important, we'll learn. Okay, so now if we see the body, so in this body, one moment. As I told you, there is water. There is no water in the body. Everything is fluid, because as soon as you take in water, water also has some soluble minerals in it. So this water is there, and this water, it is how much? It is 60%, right? And there is solid. How much is the solid? It is 40%. Okay. So if you take that the body is some 70 kgs person is there in his the body, the water would be some 42 liters. Now this in 60%, if you see there, the water which is there is ECF, extracellular fluid is there in that, and there is ICF, intracellular fluid. So how much is this intracellular fluid? This is 40%. See, now from this 60%, the total 40% is this, and ECF is 20%. So that amounts to total 60%. So you can calculate it accordingly if you need that. So now what is this ECF? ECF means extracellular fluid, which is not present in the cells. So that would be your blood, your lymph, then there can be the secretions. All these are the extracellular fluids, and the intracellular fluid, it is the whatever the fluid which is inside that. And if you see the solid substances, now this is 40%. Of this 40%, 33% it is organic substances there, and only 7% it is inorganic. What is organic? Organic means it contains carbon. Now what is that carbon containing things? So if you see that, they are proteins, carbohydrates, then all your fats, then vitamins. Okay, all these are organics. And what are the inorganics? They are all the mineral salts. So I hope, I'm sorry. Minerals. You all must be knowing the periodic table, right? In periodic table, we had seen all the sodium, potassium, sodium chloride, sulfates, everything. So all these minerals, they are found in the earth. Whatever the minerals found in the earth, many of them, they are present in our body also. How they come? They are in the water also. They are in the plants also. From that also, they get transferred to our body. Now, if you see here proteins, this proteins, what do they help? Anybody knows? For what purpose the proteins help our body?
In building up the muscles.
Not only the muscles, everything. Building,
yeah.
it is a building
Hormones.
material. Yes.
Yeah.
Everything. So actually, even your cell, each cell, the cell membrane, your organs, everything. So proteins, they are something very, very important as a building material. And the smallest unit of proteins is amino acid. Okay, you'll have to remember this. So actually, when you eat the protein, it is not it is not the proteins you are taking. It is converted into amino acid, and then the body is absorbing that. And then what the carbohydrates do? What do the carbohydrates do?
Give us energy.
Energy giving.
Yes, they give us energy. This is the building material. This gives us energy. So what is the smallest form of carbohydrate? Your glucose. Yes. So your glucose is the one. Whenever you eat your rice, you eat your chapati, it is converted into glucose. If you chew your chapati for a little longer time, you will get the sweet taste because it is getting converted into glucose. Even the rice, try to chew it for longer time. So actually, you're supposed to chew it for longer time so that this digestion is easy. Okay, so you should definitely chew your food very well so that they get converted into the minutest form and are absorbed easily into the body. And then the fats, what do the fats do? They are important or not? No one? They are not important?
Nerves.
What?
It is good for our health, no, ma'am.
Yes, it is good for our health, but nobody is telling me what do they do?
Nerve.
Nerve?
Yeah.
This is the stored energy.
Yes, it is the stored energy, the emergency energy. So actually, like it is, yes, it is for the nerves also. You need your brain, it is made up of fats only. Okay, so actually, this is a stored energy which is used in emergency. And there are then these vitamins. These vitamins are also something very, very important. We'll learn how they enhance the function of absorption of all these. We'll learn it, when we come to the chapter of food and nutrients. So this is something really very, very important now, that if you have this chart with you, you will not forget, because this chart will be everywhere, whenever you go ahead in the BHB chapters, you will need to divide it this way only. Water and the solids, how much it has. So if you remember this, it will be easier for you. Now, one more concept I think you all should remember is, like, now this is your cell, right? What does a cell need? Any idea? What does your cell need?
Glucose.
Yes, it needs glucose and
Minerals. Water.
glucose and oxygen. Okay. Actually, if you have seen any time, can you light a fire without oxygen?
No.
Can you? If
No.
अगर आप चूल्हा जलाते हो, अगर वो नहीं जलता है, तो what do? You pump air into it, right? आप फूक करते हो उसमें, तो वो जलता है. So that is why this oxygen is something very, very necessary for burning. So burning of what? Burning of this glucose. And then what do you get? What do you get?
Energy.
Yes, you get energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Okay, so you get this energy in the form of ATP. Along with that, there is water.
Water and carbon dioxide.
And carbon dioxide. So now, if you should all remember this, why your pranayam is so very important. Okay, so this pranayam, when you do the pranayam, what is happening? You're taking in lots of oxygen, and then what is happening? This oxygen, it is going where? It is going to
Lungs.
lungs, Yes, actually, in the lungs only, all the air goes to the lungs, and from there, this oxygen is separated, and then it is carried by the heme. We'll learn that. And then it is taken to the blood, and from there, it is distributed to each and every organ, to each and every cell. And then this thing takes place there. This reaction, oxygen, each cell gets its glucose, and then there is some powerhouse in the cell which makes the energy, and it releases the water in form of water vapor, and it releases carbon dioxide. And when we exhale out, this carbon dioxide is it goes away from the body. What if this carbon dioxide remains in the body? What will happen?
Body becomes toxic,
Toxic means what?
acidic.
Why it will become acidic?
Carbon dioxide combines with
It's waste material.
Yes, actually it is waste material, but this carbon dioxide, it will form carbonic acid.
carbonic acid. Yes,
Okay. And then what will happen? It will change the pH of your blood. Okay. And then what is the pH of your blood? Any idea, anyone?
7.4.
7 point?
yes.
7.4.
7.4 to 7.6. Okay, so if it becomes 7, it is like, it has become acidic. And then when it becomes 7, there can be lots of diseases, even like psoriasis, or any diseases can come when the blood becomes acidic. Even the boils or something, whatever you get, everything, they come. So this is something very, very important to understand. Now, what are these inorganic elements? We have seen earlier, there are some this inorganic elements also. What do they do? We know now what is protein, carbohydrate, and fats are doing. This water, it has ECF and ICF, intracellular fluid and extracellular fluid, which is doing the exchange of all the electrolytes and the all these proteins, carbohydrate, whatever it is needing. But what these inorganic elements do in the body? Yes, they work as catalysts. What are catalysts? They enhance the chemical reactions taking place in the body. Then they can be pigments. There can be coatings. So it is all, to coat something, to cover something. These inorganic elements are used. So they are also very, very important. Actually, if you see them, potassium sulfate, sodium chloride, calcium phosphate, then magnesium, then manganese, so many things. If you understand these bones, they are made up of your calcium, right? So calcium is needed by your bones. Then if you see hemoglobin, that is also something, it is carrying the oxygen with iron. So iron is also in their body. You have lots of iron in your body also. So all this inorganic elements, they are something very, very important. The only thing is, we should remember one thing, that these elements, they cannot be destroyed. They will only change the form. So from one form to another. So if there is glucose, now if you see this glucose is made up of what?
Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen.
Yes, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Okay, and this glucose, like when it is hydrolyzed, okay, it forms carbon dioxide, water, we saw, and plus it releases the energy. So it is only changing the form. So actually, why you all need food? Why do you need food?
To get energy.
To get energy?
To work.
Huh?
Get energy to work.
Get energy to work. What else?
And the water also. For the other chemical reactions in the body.
For the growth of body.
Growth.
For the growth of body. What else?
For the cells to keep regenerating.
Is that all comes later. First thing
To
is
get the
because we
proper
can
nutrition, to
Survive.
get proper
to
get the proper
survive.
nutrition to all the organs
Energy
and
we
all
get
the
from outside.
and cells.
Actually, you all are forgetting the basic things. Basically, we cannot make our own food. That's why we are supposed to eat the food. The plants, they make their own food, no, with the help of sunlight. Can we do that?
No.
We cannot, right? So this is something very, very basic, that we cannot make food. Because of that, we are supposed to take in the food. Okay, and that's why if you all remember what we say always, dharti hamari mata hai. We say, na, Mother Earth. No? Why it is known as Mother Earth? Because all these things, they grow, we eat we are supposed to be vegetarians. And I mean, like, only things when there was no vegetarian food found, and the man had to hunt. So that's why they started eating non-veg. But this plant-based food, it all grows in the earth. And through the earth, it absorbs all the nutrients. That's why now what the movement is going on, save soil. That movement is going on, no? So that you should save the soil, because whatever is going in the soil, it is coming into our body. It is getting transferred from the plants to our body. So that's why this is something very, very important. So the first thing is that the elements cannot be destroyed. They only change the form. And second is, elements, due to their solubility, they don't remain still. Elements don't remain still. And they keep moving. They don't remain still, but keep moving. They keep moving. And this is known as the Brownian movement. Brownian movement. So these elements, these are the minerals ones, what we're talking about. Can carbohydrate, fats, and proteins, they move? They don't move. Actually, they are more stable. So actually what happens, like these elements, if they are more, they will keep moving. But carbohydrate, fats, they what they do is, like, whatever the body needs, it absorbs. And later what happens, this your carbohydrate, fats, and proteins, they are stored in the storehouses. So if you see there, proteins also, whatever you need, that much only you're supposed to eat. And if you eat excess protein, it is also it converts to fat, and it is stored. Same thing with the carbohydrate also. There are the storehouses for all these, and the fats also. Okay, so this is something important to remember, that you should eat how much is required. If you take it excess, it is not thrown out of the body, but it goes and it is stored in the body in the form of the fats, so that whenever you need it will be made available to you. Now, if you see this inorganic elements, how they work. See, if you see there, inside it is the negatively charged, and outside is the positive charge. Okay. So when this negative ions are inside and positive ions are outside, this is the exchange of the material takes place. And then that is known as the Donan's equilibrium. So due to the positive and negative charge, there is, the potential differences there. And because of which, coming and going of the water and the minerals, it is something very, very easy. Okay. So it takes place in each and every cell. This is taking place, the Donan's equilibrium. We saw that the Brownian movement, where there was the movement taking place, right? So now if you see here, the cells become unhealthy when this exchange, it doesn't take place properly. If this exchange going out and coming in, it is not proper, then what will be there? The body will lose its equilibrium. And then what can happen? Then the disease will start. But now what disease can come in? What disease can come in? Where is this homeostasis being maintained?
In the cell.
In the
Inside
cell, it
and
is
outside
being
cell?
maintained. Yes, I told you, it is being maintained
Yeah.
inside the cell. But
Yeah.
then when it is inside the cell, what disease is coming in if the homeostasis is not maintained?
Diseases like cancer.
Ah, that is quite ahead. If we see, what is this homeostasis regulating? If you see, the homeostasis is regulating your, first of all, heartbeat. If you get palpitations, do you always feel that your heart is being palpated? धड़कन आपका हमेशा बढ़ा हुआ रहता है, या sometimes only if you see something very fearful, or actually you hear some news, that time you can see you can feel your heart pounding, धड़ 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 जोर से होता है. Otherwise, do you know the heart is beating? Do you come to know? No?
No, ma'am.
No.
No? Right. Then your blood pressure. Your blood pressure, it is being maintained. It is being maintained by whom? It is being maintained by this homeostasis. It is going, लगातार वो जा रहा है, अपना अपना काम कर रहा है वो blood pressure. But only thing is, what happens if you have low blood pressure? What will you feel? You will feel very lethargic. You don't want to do anything. You're very, very tired. Or if the high blood pressure is there, then what will happen? You'll get headache. Your eyes might be red. Maybe you can hear something in your ears, or maybe you'll get an attack, the stroke attack or something. So your homeostasis is maintaining this blood pressure also. There are baroreceptors, which help the this blood pressure to get detected, and then send it to the brain to know more about this is happening. Then what else it will do? It will control your rate of respiration. How much is the rate of respiration? In 1 minute, how many times you inhale and exhale?
72.
72 times. Rate of respiration, सांस लेना और छोड़ना.
16 to 18 times per minute.
Yes, it is 14 to 18 times approximately. Okay, so this is also maintained by the homeostasis. After that, something very important, your body temperature. How much is your body temperature?
98.6.
Yes, 98.4 to 6. Okay. Now, what if it is very low? Somebody is having 96 body temperature. What it is showing?
Coldness is increasing body.
Low BP.
Low BP can be there. What else can be there?
Coldness.
Coldness can be there. What else? Hypothyroid also. Actually, your thyroid, it regulates your metabolic activities. So, if the body temperature is low, it can tell you various diseases. And if the body temperature is high, if it is 100, what is it showing?
Fever, ma'am.
Yes, it is fever. That there is some infection inside your body, maybe. Fever is just a symptom. It is not a disease. Okay? It is just a symptom. So that is something very, very important. Then next one is your appetite. Now, what is this appetite telling you? Low appetite or more appetite. Is it not a sign of disease?
Yes. Yes.
It is,
Yes,
right?
metabolism.
So, yes, metabolic disease it is. So whatever you're eating regularly, if you start eating less, it is showing that yes, somewhere the homeostasis is being affected. If you're eating more, even you have your food and after that also you crave for some ice cream and some other food regularly, it is showing that there is some problem in the body, right? After that, your gastrointestinal motility. Your digestion. You can, what can you see here? Too much gas formation, diarrhea, constipation,
constipation, yes.
right? Everything, whatever the digestion, like you get your acid reflux. So everything is showing that there is some problem. So, sometimes you eat outside and then you have, that is a different thing. But if it is continuously going on, then you need to really be aware that something is problematic inside. Then next one is your acid-base ratio. What is this acid-base ratio known as?
pH.
pH.
Yes, pH. Okay, so your pH is also something very important. Power of hydrogen. So whether it is more or less, what is more showing? Do you all know how it is calculated, your pH?
I'm 7.4.
It is measured on the scale of 1 to 14. Okay, 1 to 14. And here it is 7. 7 means neither acidic nor basic. Okay, and
Neutral.
14 is alkaline.
Alkaline.
And 1 is acidic.
Acidic.
Okay, so now your blood, it is somewhere here 7.4 to 7.6. So actually, like if it becomes acidic, what can be there? What can be
Below
the problem?
7.
Below 7, then what will happen?
Ma'am, ulcer? Ma'am, stomach ulcer?
Yes, there can be stomach ulcer or anything, but there can be burning sensation because it is acidic, right? So there can be burning sensation, there can be also so many things. And if it
Acidic
is,
reflux.
yes, acid reflux can be there. So you can have even the skin diseases, so like psoriasis and
Migraine
all
problems
that.
also will come.
Not really, but if yes, the reason is acidity, then because of that the migraine problem can come. And in the alkaline, who stays here in alkaline?
Homeostatic people.
Microorganisms.
Yes, the bacteria and the fungi, they grow well in the alkaline medium. So if there is any infection, so all this infection, if the medium is alkaline, it will grow. So actually, if you see your urine, it has a pH of something 6.8 or something. Okay, so so that no infection should enter inside the body from the lower holes. But if it becomes alkaline, if it becomes 8 or it becomes 9, then there can be UTI, urinary tract infection. So this you are supposed to remember. Okay. After that, there is secretion of the endocrine glands. So what are the secretions of the endocrine glands? All your hormones. Okay. So if your hormones are not working well, this will be seen more in females because their periods you can see there, and otherwise in men, if they have infertility, in that case this endocrine glands secretion, I mean they are checked then otherwise. But in females it is something very very important. Then your muscle tone, even your muscle tone, your muscle has some particular tone. If it is less, it is hypotonia, and if it is more, it is hypertonic. So this muscle tone also, this homeostasis, it is maintaining it. And after that, I mean, still there are many vital parameters, but I'm giving you only the important ones. This blood sugar. Now, how will you come to know blood sugar? What will happen to the blood sugar if the homeostasis is disturbed?
Diabetes.
Yes, diabetes. Or there can be diabetes, that is
High or low?
hyperglycemia,
High
or
or
there
low?
can be diabetes. So diabetes
Hypoglycemia.
is, yes. So if you see here, this hypoglycemia means what? The blood sugar is less. Now what is happening? See, so suppose today it is your birthday and you had lots of sweets, plus you had some cake also, and some friend of yours, he gave you some chocolates, right? So what you did, you had all those. So now what will the body do? Whatever it needs, it will take, right? And what the rest it will do?
Sure.
Through sugar, through urine, it will pass out.
Through urine, it will pass out, right? So we all know that now this blood sugar, it is being thrown away. But next day, what is happening? There is some fast and you're not had any food. Now what is happening?
Deficiency.
Hypoglycemia.
Weak.
There is deficiency, yes. आपको चक्कर आने लगता है, you feel very tired. So now again, what the message goes to the brain? Okay, today the person is fasting. Now I need sugar. So what it will do? It will again send the message will go from the brain to the pancreas, and through the pancreas. Through the pancreas, the message will go to the brain, and brain will tell the liver to release the glycogen, so that it will be converted into glucose and the body will have its glucose properly. So this is something very, very important in case of the blood sugar. So we all should know that why it is taking place, high or low, why we are taking. Many times, what this many people do when they go for the checking of blood sugar, they eat sweets and then they go to check it. You should never do that. Whatever regularly you are eating food, you should always eat that and go, because definitely then it will be on the higher side only. And then one more thing here I would like to maintain is your body. I mentioned body temperature. Yeah. Generally, what happens if you feel chill? What it is showing you? If outside there is some cold temperature, there is cold outside, what will your body do?
Ma'am, raise the temperature.
No, it will not easily raise the temperature.
I will try to adjust.
Shiver, it will shiver and then raise the temperature.
Yes, there will be shivering. You will get the cold chills. And then what will happen? You will want to move to some warm place, or you will try to wear some warm clothes. But if you don't wear it, then what the body will do? Body will it will make all your hair erect, so that the body doesn't lose its heat. Okay. So body, and then it will raise the body temperature if needed. So the body will go through so many process, and then only it will come do this. So now if we see, what is this homeostasis? Homeostasis, it is the steady state of
balance.
It is the state of steady internal physical, chemical condition maintained by a living system. So whoever is living, it will try to always be in a state of the steady internal physical and chemical condition. So now there are some TCM points, like, they work very well. Main is LI11, large intestine 11. Then there is SP6, liver 3, and stomach 36. So actually, if you see somebody's sudden, there is somebody's blood pressure has suddenly shot up. If you press these original points, if you give a strong stimulation on these LI11, SP6, I think as and when your TCM classes take place, you will come to know where it is, like, So this LI11, it is at the corner of your elbow. SP6 is on your legs. Liver 3 is on your big toe line. ST36 is below your knee. So you'll come to know that if you stimulate them, or regularly if you keep pressing them, they will work very well. Okay, they will try to maintain the body. But yes, if there are extreme conditions, then it is very, very difficult So, but regularly, if you keep pressing these points, they will definitely try to help you.
और मैम ये वाले जो पॉइंट्स हैं इनको हम डेली भी अगर हाई बीपी वगैरह रहता है तो मेथी का दाना बांध करके रख सकते हैं इसमें, तो उससे फायदा होगा?
मेथी का दाना बांधने से भी आप इसको ना ये करें, स्टिमुलेट करें। जब आप इसको स्टिमुलेट करोगे तो ये ज्यादा अच्छे से काम करेगा।
ओके।
Now see, what is your homeostasis here? This is your seesaw. You all must have played on this seesaw. Somehow this is how this your body is trying to maintain. Okay, see, if there is some imbalance here, what will happen? The change will be detected by the receptor cells. They will go to the control center, that is the brain, and then the brain will give the necessary orders, and the effector organs, they will bring about the change, and the imbalance will be corrected. And when it is happening daily in your body, each and every moment, पल पल का आपका जो मेंटेनेंस है, आप रोज जाके देखते नहीं हो मेरा ब्लड प्रेशर बढ़ा है या नहीं, मेरा रेस्पिरेटरी रेट ठीक है या नहीं, my heartbeat is working well or not. Do you do this every day? Every hour do you check that? Do you need to check it?
No,
You
ma'am.
don't need to, right? But only thing is, like if your heartbeats have increased or your respiratory rate has increased, then you pay attention to it. So what is the body doing is, body is trying to maintain it this way every day, each minute. So actually what happens if you go out in sun? What happens if you go out in sun? Your body feels dehydrated. So what it tells you? What signal it gives you?
To take more liquid.
Yes, you feel thirsty, so you drink water. And because of what is happening when you drink water? See, it is going through all this place and the homeostasis is being achieved. Same thing when you feel cold, you wear sweaters, right? Then you take something hot, you take a hot cup of tea or a hot cup of coffee. So daily, each moment's maintenance, it is being done by this homeostasis. So your body is something really very, very smart. And of course, I forgot to mention that it is also balancing your electrolytes, your sodium, potassium, all that, when you get fever or you become very dehydrated, or when you get diarrhea, you become very dehydrated. And then what your mother does is she gives you शक्कर और नमक का घोल पिलाते हैं ना?
Yes, ma'am.
या कांजी पिलाते हैं, या they give you soups which has salt and sugar or some herbs have being put in it, and that is also helping you to achieve the homeostasis. And basically you all should remember that whenever one falls sick, especially if you get fever sometimes, you should, first thing is that you should try to drinking electrolytes. So if you drink electrolytes, what will happen? Your cells will remain full of water, they'll remain turgid, and the harm will not be done more. It will be very, very less. Okay. So now this homeostasis, how it can be maintained? We now seen how many parameters it is affecting, but who all will help it to keep it in this stable position, in the similar stable position?
Proper diet.
Yes, first is your diet. So your diet is something very, very important. So that is your diet. Oh God. What else?
Exercise of the body.
Exercise. What else?
Ma'am, proper intake of water.
Proper intake of water. You are forgetting the sleep. Sleep is important or not?
Mental stability, madam.
Yes, your behavior is something very, very important. So it comes with the mental stability only. What else? Your lifestyle. What do I mean by lifestyle?
Sedentary or work. Active.
I didn't get that.
Sedentary or active lifestyle.
Sedentary or active lifestyle we have covered in exercise, but lifestyle means waking up at the right time, having your food. See, when you feel hungry, you should definitely have your food. When you drink, you feel thirsty, you should definitely drink water. And likewise, like, when you feel sleepy, actually, like, we feel sleepy, but when we are watching TV or we are watching any show, the sleep just it goes away. And then what happens next day morning, you get up late, and because of that, what is happening, that you defecate late, or you don't defecate at all, that you don't pass your motions, and then a vicious cycle start if it is happening regularly. Once a week or once 15 days, it's okay. But if it is happening regularly, you're not maintaining your diet, you're not maintaining your exercise, you're not maintaining your sleep, you're not maintaining your water, your behavior, your thoughts, you have excessive thoughts. You've seen people who have excessive thoughts, they cannot even sleep, they cannot even concentrate on their work. Or you have a poor lifestyle, so not doing right things at the right time, then also your homeostasis, it is affected, and then
Will be
what
balanced.
has happened, the disease will come in your body. Okay, so this is something very, very important chapter. You are not going to forget this. Now if you have any questions, do ask regarding this chapter, if you have any questions. No questions?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, as you said, that if homeostasis is not maintained, a person can get boils or, I mean, this type of things. No?
Yeah.
So if a person is getting, say, frequent allergies of itching or boils, is it because of homeostasis? I mean, one of the
Yes.
reason?
See, actually, yes, the homeostasis is not achieved. That is why it is taking place. But now you are supposed to find out the cause, why it is happening. What is the reason behind it?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
Ma'am, more
why
heat
it
in the
is?
body.
I couldn't get that, Rituji.
Ma'am, more heat in the body. Excess heat.
Yes, there can be excess heat in the body, but
Yeah.
again, we are supposed to find out where is this excess heat.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, like when you'll learn the TCM, you'll come to know like how we find out where is this heat, whether it is in the stomach organ or it is in the liver, or where it is in the urinary
we have
bladder.
to find specific location for specific disease.
Yes.
Homeostasis is around all over the body.
Yes,
We are talking
homeostasis.
about
See, as I told you, the homeostasis is maintained each and every moment. Okay. Only when the disease starts in, when this homeostasis gets affected, when it is not balanced. So actually, if you are in some state for a long time, then only the disease will come. So actually, if you see diabetes people, maximum of them, almost 70% of the diabetic people, they don't chew their food properly. They eat in hurry, and because of that, they get diabetes. So actually, if you just change this habit, or many people, I have seen that they take their breakfast only very late. Actually, like when you're hungry, actually, see why we call it breakfast. You break the fast. So in the morning, when you learn your TCM, you'll come to know that stomach timing is 7 to 9 a.m. So that's why when your body wants food. So if you give the food at the right time, but if you're giving it at the later stage, or if there is no activity, no movement is taking place, no activity is taking place, because of that also the diabetes will take place, because the weight will increase. So there are many reasons. Actually, there is only one disease, but why it is happening?
there are
Many reasons are there. Similarly, headache also. Why the headache is coming? Why the migraine is coming? Is it because of the sun? Is it because of the food being not taken at the right time? What is the cause? You're supposed to find that. Okay,
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Madam,
ma'am.
can you a little more elaborate about the lifestyle, madam? Lifestyle.
Yeah, actually, like when you come to your TCM, no, you'll come to the biological clock. So
Okay.
the various organs are there in the biological clock. So actually, like you're supposed to have your breakfast in the morning, your lunch around say 1 o'clock. So many people, what they do is, no, they have their lunch at 4 o'clock, and then they have their dinner at 11 o'clock or 11:30 p.m. in the night time. So that is something, your body is wanting it. Once or twice, it's okay. But if, many times what people do, they have their meetings. So 1 o'clock, the body is telling that I'm hungry, but the meeting is going on. So they don't eat the food. They eat the food at around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Once, twice, thrice, it is okay. But if it keeps happening, then what will the body do? Body needs its food. I showed you how the body is needing its glucose and its oxygen. So now when it needs its energy, what it will do? It will start eating its own mucus lining. And that is how the ulcer starts. Okay. So you have to eat whatever is your time, like whatever is habit. Sleeping at right time. So actually, our ancestors also told us sleeping with the sun and waking up with the sun. So when the sun
Rising
sets,
sun.
you're supposed to sleep,
And
and
the
after
waking
when the
the
sun
rising sun.
rises, you're supposed to wake up. And accordingly, like, then every day, daily morning, you should pass stools. Whenever, if you hold your urine also for longer time, you're feeling you want to pee, but you're not finding any suitable place, and then you hold it. But it is okay once, twice, thrice.
For in
But if it is
emergency.
happening regularly, then what will happen? It will
Yeah.
give way,
Okay.
and then the
Okay.
disease will start.
Right. Okay.
Ma'am, I want to know one thing.
Mhm.
See, how much water we should drink, ma'am? Someone earlier I used to think 7 to 8 glasses of water I should take. Now someone says don't drink water too much, especially around night. You should not drink much. So, matlab, like how much we should actually take water?
Actually, see, your body needs to take out all the waste, right? All the toxic substance it needs. So actually, 2.5 liters. That's what Agrawal sir always says, that at least you should drink that much to throw away all the toxic substances from your body. Now, see your blood, how much it is. 4.5 to 5 liters of blood you have in your body. So if it has to detoxify, you and if the blood has to be there so much, you need to at least drink some amount of fluid, no? So actually, like the best way what I have found is, so if you have say 50 kgs weight, divide it into two, so that is 25 kgs, and put a dot inside it, so 2.5. So that much you can drink. If you are 60 kgs, then you should drink 3 liters of water. But basically, this will increase and decrease according to the season also. So many times, like in summers, you need more. In winters, you need little less. But yes, in winters also, you are supposed to drink water. So you should urinate basically between females urinate between 5 to 6 times or 7 times, and men pass urine 4 to 5 times a day. And it should be a proper color. We'll come to that when we come to the excretory system. We'll come to know that, like, how much water we should drink.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, somebody's asking the intermittent fasting. Actually, like we don't advise this intermittent fasting unless, like, you have some issue. So basically, it has been found that if someone has got cancer and they do intermittent fasting, then the cancer cells, it what to say, it cuts their growth. So for them, it is nice. But generally, if you are in a good hale and hearty condition, we don't advise. Otherwise, whatever the fast our ancestors have given, the Ekadashi fasting, or once a
Nima,
week you
for
want to
Nima.
fast, yeah, you should do those only. And basically, even when you are fasting, I mean, for a day only, like it should be there. Continuously, you're fasting for 3-4 days. It is not advisable that. Or if you have some underlying health conditions, then yes, you should not be fasting then. Or generally, like in Ayurveda, they say that the evening meal, it should be, I mean, you should take lighter meals, or you should not take at all, only but once a week. So that will also help to detoxify your body. Okay, Sushma ji, I hope I answered your question. Any more questions?
Madam, if you don't mind, shall I take a minute or two?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Before we close the session, friends, I'd like to tell you one important information that, we are all from Acupressure Shodh Prashikshan Evam Upchar Samsthan, which is located at Prayagraj, Allahabad, Uttar Pradesh. They are the pioneers in the field of acupressure in our country. They are, biggest institution in India conducting and propagating acupressure through conducting courses, from short-term courses to, semester courses. We conduct totally 10 semesters, others of 6 months each. In first semester, we will teach you fundamentals of anatomy and physiology, fundamentals of traditional Chinese medicine, TCM acupressure concept, and then Ayurvedic acupressure concept. And after 6 months, you will get a certificate. It is called certificate course. In the second semester, it is called diploma. And by doing diploma, you will be able to treat most of the common diseases. Third and fourth semester are called advanced diploma. By then, you will be able to treat most of the diseases. Fifth and sixth is master advanced diploma. You can treat any disease by then. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th are honors diploma honors. By then you will be able to teach, and you will be like a multi-specialty hospital. You can treat any complicated diseases also. And we have our Samsthan has got a research wing where they conduct practical, scientific evidence-based research work and publish it in a magazine called Saraswati, quarterly magazine, which is available for our students for a nominal subscription. And then, we conduct short-term courses also, and we conduct a lot, our regularly we have clinics at Allahabad and all the centers in all over India through their coordinators. And, our motto for Santan is to reach one, treat one, and teach one. So friends, our biggest motto is to make our country medicine free. That is the motto for Samsthan. And by learning this acupressure, you can make your home medicine free, and you can build up a very good career, because only of late, in the recent times, the awareness about acupressure is spreading not only in India, globally. So, you can build up a very good career by learning this. I request those who are not yet joined for this course, please join, and then try to, introduce freshers to join this course. They will be benefited. They'll appreciate you when they realize the benefit of this. Friends, this class is basically on, these classes are for keeping in mind the freshers in mind. We have conducted this. In the days to come, you will learn how to correlate with treatment through Chinese acupressure and as well as Ayurvedic acupressure. That classes will also be announced. Now today, beautifully, our madam, Dr. Neelima Patil ji, has explained what is homeostasis, because that is very fundamental, basic thing you should know as to maintain equilibrium in the body. Why disequilibrium comes? That we will understand in acupressure classes, which element is disorder, whether it is wood element related, wind is imbalanced, or whether it is heat or hotness is disorder, or whether it is humidity is disorder, or it is dryness is disorder, or it is coldness is disorder. Only this much, because these are all their energies are related to some elements, 5 elements. That will be taught to you in detail in the days to come. Okay, even in Ayurvedic concept also, we will going to explain everything elaborately so that you will understand and empower yourself to treat. Okay, we have the best of faculty. So I request my dear friends to kindly join and bring in your friends to join And still, you know, this what we call the syllabus-based classes from our centralized classes will commence on probably on last Saturday, Sunday of this month. Before that, Ishan and my associates will conduct this kind of study circle classes to make you understand all the subjects clearly, to get you, clarity and confidence. Okay, my dear friends, today's session was wonderfully conducted by our beloved faculty, Dr. Neelima Patil Ji. She has got lots of experience through our samsthan. In the last more than 5 years, she's been, associated with us. More 6 years, I think, 5-6 years. She's, one of the fastest growing faculty of our samsthan, I could say, because I have seen her right from introduction. Very fast, she has picked up all the subjects, and she has become versatile, very popular faculty. And with her expertise, she is able to, give her knowledge in the simplest possible manner. Even anybody can easily understand and remember it for a long time to come. That is her, capacity, I should say. So, on behalf of every one of you, I thank her for conducting such a wonderful class. Tomorrow again, we'll catch up at exactly 8 o'clock. Okay? Till then, friends.
Thank you, sir.
I bid goodbye to everybody. Thank you
Thank
once
you,
again.
thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Thank you,
And those who are not yet submitted your application for your semester classes, please do so at your earliest convenience. Thank you, friends.